So we're here today to talk about CBT and your experiences of it. How did you feel initially about the thought of going for CBT?
My clinical psychologist first told me that I needed to see someone. I thought I didn't need to see someone because there was nothing wrong with me. I just had a heart disease, and my heart disease had got so severe, and I was just tired, and there was no one that could make it better by listening to me or talking to me. The only thing I thought that could heal me was heart surgery, and when he suggested that I see someone, it didn't seem to make sense. But because I was so depressed, so far gone, through my husband, I thought I'd try and just take a chance and just listen to someone, or let someone listen to me, because I wasn't sure what it entailed. I've never been to a clinical psychologist before, so to me, a clinical psychologist was a shrink. You must have had something seriously wrong with your brain that you needed to see a clinical psychologist. And I didn't need to see one. But when I did meet her, and I realized that not being able to make up my mind about going for surgery, for heart surgery, and putting my name down on the list, I needed someone to help me accept it in order to get surgery done, because I didn't want to get surgery done. And she listened to me and to the way I felt and what was making me hold back on surgery and what made me feel the way I did. And funny enough, as a woman, you tend to feel that you can't cry on someone else's shoulder. But for the first time, just letting my emotions out to her, she helped me cry. And by me speaking to her, it helped me see myself from the inside, if that makes sense. Then I began to understand why I had to get heart surgery done. It wasn't because I was tired, but I had my family and everyone that went through the road with me of suffering with my heart surgery to get it done. And then eventually I did put my name down on the list, not knowing it would be done so quick, because it was supposed to take me 6 to 8 months to get heart surgery done. But when I started seeing my clinical psychology, I understood it. I put my name down, and I got my surgery done in 30 days' time.
So it sounds then like part of the clinical psychologist's role with you was to help you to make your decision around whether to get surgery or not.
Yes.
But you also said that you were quite depressed at the time. Was the CBT helpful for your depression as well?
It helped because then, instead of crying and holding things back emotionally, it helped me let things out. And by letting things out, it helped me understand what I was feeling, because most of the time we bottle things up. We never let them out, or we never talk to each other or other people. So when we bottle stuff up, it makes it harder for us to figure out ways to solve problems. Sometimes it can be a little problem, and we turn it into a big problem because we just don't communicate with other people or talk things over to make it easier to understand. And she helped me understand, and I saw her before surgery, right through my heart surgery and after heart surgery. And she helped me. By the time I went for heart surgery, I had lost my self-confidence. I was so depressed, I was so withdrawn. But after I had heart surgery and I carried on seeing her, she helped me gain my confidence back again. She helped me gain my trust again. She helped me see that there was something worth living for again. And lots of times when I think of the things that Dr. Penny did for me, it brings tears to my eyes and makes my heart well up, because I didn't know another person could do that for you by just listening to you. You know, like when we go to mom, when you got a problem and you think no one can understand, but my mom can because she knows where I'm coming from. But it's not to say that clinical psychologists are like that, but it's just the way they listen to you. Just having that someone that can listen to you and just be there and be still, be quiet, and let you express yourself. That's how, and help you find out what the problems are that you've got and help you solve those problems if they can.
Was there anything about the CBT in particular that you found was helpful for you?
Dr. Penny was there with me every step of the way. With all the problems that I had, she helped me, showed me that there's an easier way to solve everything and not make a big problem out of everything. There's always someone every step of the way that's there to help you if you need a helping hand. And that's how by the time I had finished therapy with her, I found out that clinical psychologists are not just shrinks. They are people like us, and they do feel like us, and it's so much easier to speak to someone when you're having problems, because we all do in our lifetime break down sooner or later. You don't have to be mentally ill. You can be in a car accident, any problems in the home. You can even have a death in the family that you can break down with, and you need somebody just to hear you, how you're feeling, because we all assume that somebody else naturally knows what I'm feeling or thinking, but it's not that way. We're all different.
Were there any drawbacks to going for CBT?
In the beginning, I didn't have any drawbacks going for CBT because I was so severely depressed. I needed it, and I found that there were people all around that would help me. So there was nothing, the only thing that was stopping me was me.
So it sounds like it was a good experience for you then. Have you got any advice that you would want to offer anyone who is thinking now about going for CBT?
Yes. Don't look at the word CBT, but look at the person behind it. Because sometimes we see big words and we don't understand the meaning of those words, and we assume. But sometimes when we look behind the word, like clinical psychologists, I would have said a shrink, and I would never have thought myself going to one, because they deal with mental people. But it's not that. You can suffer from depression, you can suffer from any kind of illness, and it's so good to go to a clinical psychologist when you need them, because sooner or later in our lives we will need one. And most people, like when you find younger people that are nowadays, lots of young people are going under so much stress in life. If you haven't got a parent or a friend and you're suffering from depression, those are the right people to speak to, because it's good to be able to have someone in your life that you can talk to. Because I know there's no one in my family that I can talk to. I always think my husband would never understand me. My kids would never understand me. But when I go to the doctor, he never has that enough time for me. But with a clinical psychologist, they make that time for you, and they listen to you. You've got that time with them to express yourselves, and you still got follow-ups, and they can check on you and make sure everything's all right. If everything's not all right, they can always check and find ways and means to help you. Get you in touch with other people that can help you, or get in touch with other people that are suffering from the same conditions as you, and you can swap ideas with each other to find and live a happier life.